welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading from the Book of the Dead. It's going to be an excerpt about the Judgment. The scene of the weighing of the heart of the dead. The scribe Anti and his wife Thu enter the hall of double Mot, wherein the heart, symbolic of the conscience, is to be weighed. 2 cities in Egypt bore the name Tatu, viz. Busiris, and Mendes, a name of the underworld. The Bennu is commonly identified with the phoenix. For the 21 pylons of the house of Osiris, see chapter CX1, a division of the Seket Hetipu or Elysian fields, for which see chapter CX. The balance against the feather, emblematic to the right and truth. In the upper register are the gods who sit in judgment, whose names are Harmachis, the great god in his boat, Temu, Shu, Tefnut, the lady of heaven, Seb, Nut, the lady of heaven, Isis, Neptis, Horus, the great god, Hathor, the lady of Amenta, Hu, and Sa. On the standard of the scales sits the dog-headed ape, the companion of Thoth, the scribe of the gods. And the god Anubis, jackal-headed, tests the tongue of the balance. On the left of the balance, facing Anubis, are Anki, Annie's luck, the Mechin or cubit with human head, thought by some to be connected with the place of birth. The goddesses Mechenet and Renete, who presided over the birthplace, and early education of children. And the soul of Annie, in the form of a human-headed bird, standing on a pylon. On the right of the balance, behind Anubis, stands Thoth, the scribe of the gods, who holds in his hands his reed pen and palette with which to record the results of the trial. Behind Thoth stands the monster called either Anam, the devourer, or Amit, the eater of the dead. Text. Osiris the scribe, Ani, saith, My heart, my mother, my heart, my mother, my heart, my coming into being. May there be nothing to resist me at my judgment. May there be no opposition to me from the Chachu. May there be no parting of thee from me in the presence of him that keepeth the scales. Thou art my Ka, i.e. double, within my body, which knitteth together and strengtheneth my limbs. Mayest thou come forth to the place of happiness to which I am advancing. May the Shinnet not cause my name to sink, and may no lies be spoken against me in the presence of God. Good is it there for thee to hear. Thoth, the judge of right and truth, of the great company of the gods who are in the presence of Osiris, saith, Hear ye this judgment. The heart of Osiris hath in very truth been weighed, and his soul hath stood as a witness for him. It hath been found true by trial in the great balance. There hath not been found any wickedness in him. He hath not wasted thee. This speech of Annie is actually chapter XXX, but the last line has been omitted by the scribe for want of room. Cha-cha of Osiris were Mestha. The deceased is led before Osiris, offerings in the temple. He hath not done harm by his deeds, and he hath uttered no evil reports while he was upon earth. The great company of the gods reply to Thoth, who dwelleth in Kemenu, Hermopolis. That which cometh forth from thy mouth shall be declared truth. Osiris, the scribe, Ani, victorious, is holy and righteous. He hath not sinned, neither hath he done evil against us. It shall not be allowed to the devourer, Ememet, to prevail over him. Meat, offerings, and entrance into the presence of the god Osiris shall be granted unto him, together with a homestead forever in Shet Hetepu, as unto the followers of Horus. Vigneti, the scribe Ani, is led by Horus, the son of his Isis, into the presence of Osiris, who is enthroned within a shrine in the form of a funeral chest. Osiris has upon his head the Atif crown, and he holds in his hands the crook, the scepter, and the whips, emblematic of authority, dominion, and sovereignty. From his neck hangs the Memot. His title here is Osiris, the Lord of everlastingness. Behind him stands Nephthys, his sister. On his right hand is Isis, his sister and wife. On his left, before him, standing on the lotus flower, are the gods of the cardinal points, or as they are sometimes called, the children of Horus and children of Osiris. The first Mestha has the head of a man, the second Hapi the head of an ape, the third Tamutef the head of a jackal, and the fourth Aksefnef the head of a hawk. Near the lotus hangs the skin of an animal. The side of the throne of Osiris is painted to resemble that of a funeral chest. The roof of the shrine is supported on pillars with lotus capitals and is surmounted by a figure of Horus Sept, or Horus Seeker, and by rows of Ure. The pedestal on which the shrine rests is in the form of the hieroglyphic, which is emblematic of meat, or right and truth. Before the shrine is a table offering by which, on the reed mat, kneels Ani before his right hand raised in adoration. In the left hand he holds the curved scepter. He wears on his head a whitened wig and the so-called cone, the significance of which is unknown. Saith Horus, the son of Isis, I have come to thee, O Unnefer, and I have brought unto thee the Osiris Ani. His heart is found righteous, and it hath come forth from the balance. It hath not sinned against any god or any goddess. Thoth hath weighed it according to the decree pronounced. Unto him by the company of the gods, and it must true and righteous grant that cakes and ale may be given unto him, and let him appear in the presence of the god Osiris, and let him be like unto the flowers of Horus, forever and ever. And Osiris Ani saith, Behold, I am in thy presence, O Lord of Amenti. There is no sin in my body. I have not spoken that which is not true, knowingly, nor have I done aught with a false heart. Grant thou that I may be like unto those favored ones who are in thy following, and that I may be an Osiris greatly favored of the beauty God, and beloved of the Lord of the world, who am indeed a royal scribe, who loveth thee, Ani, victorious before the god Osiris. And that was just a short reading on the weighing of the heart, what the ancient Egyptians believed would be waiting for them on their judgment. Weigh the heart against the weight of a feather, and then they would ask you two simple questions. They would say, did your life bring you joy? And did your life bring joy to that of others? And if the answer to both those questions were yes, and your heart was lighter than that of a feather, then you gained entrance into the halls with Osiris. You gained access to him. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. What do you think? Let me know what you think below. Thank you for being here. One love, one vibration.